Think back to when you first got promoted, or perhaps this is happening to you right now. You've been handed a basket of problems to solve. The first question is, where do I start? You want to make a good impression on your bosses, and most importantly, you want to be effective. So here's a bar chart of your basket of problems to solve. You've got customer complaints, late deliveries, IT system outages, shipping errors, etc., etc. On the y-axis on the left is a count of the defects for each category. Now this is just an example. The y-axis could be tracking money wasted, money lost, or dysfunctional work time. But for this example, let's just keep it simple and it's a straight count of defects. The question is, where do you start? And how do you allocate your resources to have the greatest impact or benefit for the organization? Well, the first thing you do is rank these defects in descending order. And here you see shipping errors outnumbers everything else. And IT system outages on the right has the lowest number of occurrences. But this might be an opportunity for a quick win if you tackle IT system outages and maybe even inaccurate forecasting, 2 quick wins in your column. But let's add one more component to this graph. And when we do, it becomes what is known as a Pareto chart or Pareto diagram, popularized by Vilfredo Pareto nearly 100 years ago. You know the old 80-20 rule? Let's add a cumulative percentage to the y-axis on the right. So what this red line shows us is shipping errors, this big bar on the left, accounts for 49% of all of our defects. Late deliveries accounts for another 20%, and combined, these 2 columns are 70% of all of our defects. Then the third column, incorrect invoicing, is another 9%. And cumulatively, these first 3 categories account for 79% of all of our defects. So what this Pareto chart is showing us here is that if we resolve these first 3 columns, we have resolved nearly 80% of all of our problems. If we focus on these first 3 columns, we will have the greatest impact on the defects assigned to us and will have used our resources most efficiently. We do that by focusing on the vital few rather than the trivial many. Generally, with a Pareto chart like this, the first 2 or 3 columns will comprise about 80% of all of your issues. Sometimes it takes the first 4 columns to achieve 80%, but the concept is the same. Focusing your efforts where they will have the greatest impact. So when you need to decide where to start and how to have the greatest impact, let a Pareto chart help you make that decision.